Today, everyone, we have the special privilege of getting to explore a deluxe inside cabin. So if you think inside cabins aren't for you, let me show you one that just might be. So this is room 1053 aboard Queen Victoria. Come on in. Notice this immense space. This is literally big enough to dance in. And I mean, any kind of dancing you could want to do. Look at all the kicks I can do, right? This is huge. There's so many things that are different about this from an inside cabin. Let's explore some of them. First off, aside from this immense space, you've got a living area, you've got a sleeping area, you've got a work area that isn't hemmed in by curtains and whatnot. So this sofa is not a sleeper sofa, it's just a full-size couch. So if you want to host, you have plenty of room to host a little party in here. Seriously, with dancing, in fact. Put the musicians on the bed. Bed is the same as any cabin. Actually, it's two twin beds, in this case, that have been squished together. If this were set up for a twin room, then they would be separated by about 3 inches, to create that sense of distance from your non-partner. As always, there's the underbed storage. So you have one of these drawers in each under each bed, and the lovely couple who are the current inhabitants of this room. Something I should note, you'll see here there's all this bedding and spare, maybe these are the bathrobes we didn't get in our cabin. If you find that there's bedding, things left over from making up the room in your drawers under your bed, and you need that storage space, simply ask your cabin steward to take it away, and they will. Then you have all the storage space for you, which you should, because if you're like me and you like to dress nicely, then you're going to need the storage space. Speaking of which, segue. Storage space is, of course, an immense topic for those of us who like to dance prettily on our voyages. And this deluxe cabin comes with pretty much the same amount of storage space as any other cabin. You've got your full-length storage here, so you can hang your dresses and whatnot. Nice shelf up here for things. You cannot ask them to take away the life jacket. Sorry, it has to stay there. Then you have some short hanging space, so shirts and short coats and that sort of thing. And then different shelves. Now, I will say that I think these shelves are more roomy than the ones, they're more accessible anyway, more easily accessible than the ones in the balcony rooms, because in the standard state rooms, there's like this ledge that comes out here and you have to reach around back. So here in the deluxe cabin, I think the storage is actually superior. Also, note, another sign that this is a cruise line with class, there is a built-in tie rack right here on the door for you to hang your ties. And then over here, we have more full-length storage. The inhabitants of this room did note that this is a little tricky to access because the door is open and then you've got the desk right here. But, I'm just going to chalk that up to hashtag Contessa World problems, because with this much space, I don't care. Of course, we have a desk with a nice chair. I think this chair has prettier covering than our chair has. It is not, it's prettier. Okay, you've got drawers with space for things, but also all the information about your voyage is kind of in here. You've got your essential information. You've got your My Voyage how-to guide. You've got your TV guide. You've got your, very important, your room service guide. And I have noticed that room service is increasingly featuring items with a surcharge, sadly. Then of course you've got your built-in hairdryer for those who like to do their own blowouts, as it were. And then we have the mini bar, which currently, as with us, would basically 2 glasses and some beverages that they have brought and or paid for. We use this usually to store the cheese that we buy in port and take home with us. Difference that is possibly a negative difference, but who knows? This computer screen, this computer monitor is the TV. This is it. Although notice they've got it set to the prow view, which is actually a pretty nice idea. I don't understand this, why this has to be, why they don't use any of this ample wall space to mount a wall-mounted proper sized TV, especially because there's so much room here that if you're sitting on your bed watching TV, it's actually far away. And that is definitely a Contessa World problem. This is not my room though. I wish this were my room. This is way more spacious than my room. Talk about just the drawers, just because if they've never, yeah. So one of the complaints about this room, although it's kind of a complaint about most of the cabins that are not Princess or Queen's Grill, the drawer space. This is it. You get the 3 little drawers here. They're not very deep. One on this side of the bed, one on the other side of the bed, and then the 2 big drawers under the bed, and that's all of your drawer storage space, really, because everything else has other things in it to some extent. So that's, you know, you have to be a little creative about storage. And these 2 hooks, these are essential for what I call overflow hanging space when you can't fit everything into your closet, because I certainly can't. Okay, let's take a look at the bathroom, shall we? It is a pretty standard bathroom, as with most of the Cunard bathrooms. It's got a little shelf on either side of the mirror for storing toiletries. It comes with a suite of Penhaligon products. So this is a hand and body lotion. This is a liquid soap for your hands, and then of course you also have then your shampoo and your bath and shower gel. And Penhaligon is one of those really expensive brands, but honestly the contents of their products are not any better than your average whatever. All staterooms on a Cunard voyage will come with a complimentary lovely cotton bathrobe for use while you are on board. These are not to take home. You will be charged, I think, $75 if you take one of these home. This is interesting. Does anything turn on? So I just noticed this light switch here, and I'm the kind of person who likes to press buttons and see what happens. Yeah, I'm dangerous. Anyway, well, I turned this switch and nothing seems to have happened. So it's an interesting place for a switch, the middle of the wall. And yes, it's been proposed that maybe this outlet actually is tied to this switch, but I'd rather think that somewhere else in the ship, someone, exactly, stabilizer on, stabilizer off. Well, everyone, this has been your tour of a deluxe inside suite, and I will see if I can find out how much this lovely couple paid to have access to such grand space on this 4-night party voyage on which we are. Because honestly, I think when I've seen this advertised for a 2-week voyage, it usually goes for more than a standard balcony goes for. And I guess I can see why. Even though there's no window, who needs a window when you have this much space, eh? And with no window, no sunlight can peek through and wake photosensitive people like yours truly up. So there's that perk. What do you think? Would you prefer, if the prices were the same, would you prefer the deluxe inside over the balcony? If you stayed in a deluxe inside, let me know in the comments below about your experience and your preferences. Otherwise, until next time, travel creative and stay tuned for your moment of kitty zen. Friendly kitties. Città della Pieve kitties are so friendly.